Well, Brisa, I see your beautiful smile. Let's get your party started. How are you?
I'm
It
great.
is my absolute honor to introduce you and to meet you for the first time. We've only had a few little texting conversations, but I would like to welcome you to the International Smile-A-Thon, and I want to introduce you as my friends, Brisa Alfaro. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly.
Mhm.
Brisa is a brainstem stroke survivor, best-selling author, and a TEDx speaker known for her Pinky Moves tagline, which I can't wait to hear about. The idea that small steps create big transformations. And she's going to share how the power of a single smile can be the pinky move that someone needed. A single fraction of a movement can spread positivity and hope and will ripple out into the world. And so, Brisa, before you get started, please tell us how you got here on this stage. Who nominated you to be here?
Well, that would be the lovely gentleman that was just speaking earlier. That would be
Dr.
Ken.
Smiley.
The Dr. Smiley, he spoke to me and referred me here today, and I'm super excited to be here. Thank you guys for having me. I love this platform. I've been listening all day, on and off, and just the stories and everybody. It's been incredible. So thank you
Well,
guys.
welcome aboard. The floor is
Thank you.
yours. The stage is yours. Please, tell us about the pinky move.
Thank you. Yeah, well, so I do want to start off by asking everybody if it would be okay if I leave you with a challenge today. I'll share my story, but I also am saying this out loud so that you can remind me because I have a brain injury and I might forget. So I think the stigma is when people have challenges, they like to I don't know, I wanna say that they like to, but a lot of times we're called to cover up our challenges instead of facing them straight away. And I think that that's been a challenge for me, w letting people know that things are difficult for me. And so there's a few things. I have a difficulty with numbers and time. So I also will ask you to let me know if I'm going over time. But to go to my story, I had a stroke, a severe stroke at 32 years old. I had a less than 1% chance to survive. They didn't think that I would be making it, so they called my family and told him the very terrible news that they were probably going to have to pull the plug on me. There was literally no hope. They didn't think there was any hope left. My challenge was trying to show my family and doctors a sign that I was still in my body because the type of stroke that I survived was something called locked in syndrome. There's less than 5 cases per year worldwide. When I heard that, I thought, there's two ways I can take that. This is it. This is the end of my story. Or focus on, I could be the 1%. I could be the change. And so I focused on that tiny sliver of a chance. And I was able to make connection to show my family that I was still in my body. That came to me as a pinky move. I barely made a fraction of a movement. Before that pinky move, it was just my doctor saying, I think she's trying. Give her more time. I really think she's trying because her face just changed. Well, I didn't get up and walk out of the hospital right away. I didn't get up and sit on this webinar right away. What I had to do was the tiny fraction of a movement that I had to combine to recover to be sitting here today, to share my story with anyone. And I realized that a lot of us, we want the end result now. We are not willing to celebrate the small movements that we're doing right now. For me, it was my pinky move. I celebrated that I did that. And as a result of that, everyone saw that I was still in my body and it no longer was, she's not going to make it. And now it became a recovery. But how many times do we ignore the small little movements that we're doing on a daily, like a smile, like receiving a smile? And I remember when I was speaking to someone after my stroke, I was talking to her and she said, there's really not much to smile about with everything that I'm going through. And I challenged her, what if a small move like that can make a big difference? Even if it feels empty inside, can you just try to do it? Just do it and see if nothing changes. If nothing changes, then nothing changes and you have nothing to worry about. Just try. She smiled and it was, not real. It didn't come from inside. She didn't really authentically want to do it, but she did it anyways. And after a while she was doing it, she started laughing and that smile became real. At first, it didn't feel real. And while I was recovering, there was so many challenges that I was faced with that didn't feel real. It didn't feel authentic. It didn't, when I started sharing my story, sharing it with people all over the world and being on stages with some of these people that I know are way better speakers than me, I would think to myself, what am I doing here? I'm not a professional like them. But it all starts by making a fraction of a movement, a tiny little baby step forward. For me, I call them pinky moves because that was my first movement. So I built on that. And sometimes you can build on a smile. You can build on the fact that it is not even real, but it can become real. The more you do it, the more you will embody it and it will become you. So that's the challenge that I want to leave everybody with today is even in your darkest moments, can you crack a smile and see how long that lasts? Even if you feel silly, even if you feel like it's not contagious, because it is. It is. And I also want to leave you with one more challenge. As a stroke survivor, I spent some time, a long time, in a hospital bed, in a wheelchair, walking with a walker, later with a cane. Eventually, I was walking unassisted, but I was walking with a limp. And every time I met people from the outside, when they would see me and my challenges, I was considered handicapped. I would challenge you to, instead of seeing it from that perspective, maybe they're a person of determination. One of my mentors said that they were in Dubai and that's what they saw on the bathroom stall. Instead of saying handicap, it said person of determination. Wow, that was incredible. I thought that is so empowering. But what's even more empowering is when you get that person to literally change their perspective on who you are and how you show up in the world. And after a while, even if you are faking it, that will trickle down to you and you will start to believe it. And as a result, you will start to become it. So I want to leave you guys with just one more thing. If you can, so my tagline, small moves, big results. A smile is a small move. And for a person of determination, someone that's handicapped, someone that you see in a wheelchair or struggling with something, most of the time we look away. People will look away because they don't want to think, I don't want them to think I'm judging them, or I don't want them to think that I'm making conclusions about their disability or anything like that. So most of the time they just look away and they just don't exist. My challenge is, can you look at them and smile? Can you make eye contact with them and smile? So the next person that you see challenged, determined, but challenged in a wheelchair, walking with a walker, walking with physical deficits, can you look at them and just smile? You never know how that ripple effect will change not just their lives, but so many people in their lives as well. So that's my challenge. And I just really am glad to be on here tonight or today. Today it's in California, it's day, but I know in the East Coast it's nighttime. But I'm glad to share my story with all of you guys, and hopefully we can make small moves, make a big difference with pinky moves. Any,
Uh, Brisa, can you hear me?
yes, I can hear you.
Brisa, that was amazing. I am
Thank you.
transformed by meeting you, and I wrote down person of determination. That is beautiful. And I love that about your
Thank
challenge
you.
and challenge accepted because you're right.
Thank you.
We look away and, maybe we're uncomfortable. We don't want to see it or we don't know what to say. And we don't want them to think we're staring and we don't know what to do. And as somebody who's been there, for you to say, it's okay, just look at us and smile. We're people too.
Yeah.
And I think
Yeah.
accepting that challenge can be our pinky move.
Yeah.
I love that. And I want to know, where can people celebrate you, find out more about you, find out about the Pinky Moves project, more about Brisa.
Great.
Please share anything that you'd like us to know.
Yeah. So you can definitely follow me on all social media with my name right there on the bottom, Brisa Alfaro. You can go to pinkymoves.com, and I should have a free gift for you there too. And
Oh,
yeah, you could follow me on social media and send me a message and see if how I can share my message with your audience, or if it's a good fit for you, or maybe you know someone that is a stroke survivor, or someone that is looking for a little bit more hope in the small progress that they're making, so that they can see it really does have big results.
uh, fabulous. And I want to say something. You talked about why me? You were on stages and you said there's people that are better speakers than me. My friend,
Mhm.
you are an amazing, impactful
Mhm.
speaker, and they should
Thank
be
you.
privileged to share the stage with you as I feel as much so today. So I
Thank
thank you
you.
from my heart to yours and from all the people at Perfect Publishing and part of this International Smile Day. Thank you so much for your story and sharing that vulnerable piece of you. Um, that it was very impactful. So thank you, my friend.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for having me.
We are blessed to know you.
Hi everybody, Pinky Moves.
Pinky moves.